I am looking forward to playing tonight. Hope you're ready for some crafty shenanigans. I am Shannon Smith. I am the I am the design team director for BrutusMonroe. And I'm just excited that you're joining me. Let's do some fun things tonight. I'm just going to give us a couple of minutes to get... Oh, thanks, Ben. Thank you for bringing me my tablet. We'll just wait a couple of minutes, get people going. Well, hello, Beverly. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Just going to adjust that a little bit more. I feel like I always think I know where it's got to be, but then when it actually gets on, I'm like, oh, I guess I do need to adjust it a little bit. All right. How has it? Well, hi, Sharon. How are you? Hi, Robin. Welcome, welcome. Everybody having a good week? Is everybody's weather like ours? Our weather just this week, it's like, oh, okay, I guess we're fall now. You know, Beverly, I believe that they have half days at the store on Fridays. Oh, I'm glad that it's good for you too, Robin. All right, is it okay if I switch views now, Darren? Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera, so bear with me for a minute while I give you a little spin. We'll see if we've got everything lined up. Hopefully you're not motion sick. All right, the first thing I wanted to talk to you about tonight, I'm going to go over some of those subscriptions really quick. We'll just move fast through it so that we can play. But one thing that's unique this month that I wanted to point out is there is a stick and stamp mat that is special this month for breast cancer awareness. And it does come with this really beautiful stencil. And there's also a spray. And if you purchase, there's one, we'll link everything. Darren, thank you, by the way, for moderating. And also Darren is putting a link up that will have everything that I talk about and use tonight. But there's a link on there and it says, what does it say? Hairpiece? Hairpiece. Because that organization is who BrutusMonroe is donating to. They are based in Pittsburgh and they help provide wigs for cancer patients. And so I just wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. There is a little counter. There's Christopher has generously offered to donate. I honestly don't remember the exact number, but I want to say $1,200. I could be mistaken on that. And anything that he doesn't make in sales on that product, he is personally going to write a check for. So if we can help him out and get some of those, if you're needing a stick and stamp mat, and if you love pink like I do, it's a great idea. And just really quick, so this is the stencil. Coming up with my own language tonight. I just thought I would show you some of the things that I was able to make with the stencil so you can kind of see some ideas. What was that, hun?
Barely asked about the Pick 5 subscription club.
Oh, I don't know. It's called Pick 5?
Yes.
Did it just come up today, Beverly?
It has a stamp club, embossing card of the month, stencil of the month, die of the month, and the stamp club and die, and the inspiration box.
It sounds like it's all of the subscriptions. So I'm going to go through them again. Darren just told me them, and he can correct me if I'm wrong.
You get to pick 5. You get to pick your own 5.
You get to pick your own 5. The subscriptions that are available are the inspiration box. There's the stamp of the month. There's the stamp club plus. I'm sure you can't do that. That would probably count as 2, wouldn't it? Is that on there, Darren?
What's that?
Is Stamp Club Plus or Stamp Club?
Both. Stamp Club and Stamp Club Plus. There's 6.
Okay, so there's 6 available, and then there's and you get 5 of the 6. And then there's the embossing powder of the month. What else am I missing? The die of the month.
And
Stencil of the month.
And the embossing powder.
Okay, I think I got them all. So yes, I don't know an awful lot about it. That you actually heard about it before I did, so I'll have to look into that more. But Darren's looking at the website, and that's what he's seeing. So I will show you the things that are available this month for those for the specific subscriptions. But anyway, these are the cards that I made.
Michelle says hi.
Hi, Michelle. This one I cut it out. I stenciled behind it, and then I cut out another one. And if you're not into fussy cutting, neither one of those were fussy cut. This one I just used embossing powder. This is my favorite embossing powder. This is the Fabulous Flamingo, I think. Love it. And then these ones I used Chroma Glaze. So anyway, you can see you can get several different things you can do with that die. I think it would be cute as can be to use this on the wall of a little girl's room. I just think that would be the cutest. I actually think it'd be fun for my wall. I don't know what that says about me, but I like it. Okay, the next thing I wanted to show you. This one is actually not...
Robin said great cards.
Who said that?
Robin.
Oh, thanks, Robin. The next thing I'm going to show you is not actually one of the subscriptions. Like I said, the other one isn't either. But these just came out this month, and I just think they're worth a shout out. These are the Stencil Staples, and they come in... Right now we've got 3 different patterns, and these are nice evergreen stencils. You can, they'll be in the inventory. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, but there's something that you'll reach for again and again. I love them. So this is the X pattern. This one is the stripes. And this one is circles. And like I said, you are going to want to use it. I used it on this card. I used the circles to make a pattern. I used it on top of another stencil. So definitely versatile, but definitely something you're going to want. Okay, this one is the stencil of the month. This is the kitchen clutter. You've got all of these cute little utensils. And
Donna says hi.
hi, Donna. This, I just got this in the mail today. This is the die of the month. This is called Easiest Pie, and you've got all of these cute little pies. You've got this little pie server. You've got the rolling pin and the oven mitts. You even have little steam you can use. So I'm excited to use this. I'll be using this later in the month for one of the lives that I do. I'll have to look. I have the schedule all written up. I'll have to look and see where I put it. But then this is the cute as heck stamp of the month. This is the Give Thanks Eat Pie stamp, and you've got this cute little pecan pie. I can't wait to color that one up. And then this is always the star of the show. This is the inspiration box. And so let's get it looking at this. This is what we're going to use a lot of things from this tonight. So let's just get everything out. I love these little bags. I've heard lots of different ways to use these. The one that so far I'm thinking sounds like a good idea. So I have been cutting down my scraps. I find that I use them more if I size them out, and I have different bins for different sizes. But then I have all these smaller scraps that don't quite fit into those sizes. So I'm thinking I want to maybe put a color sticker label or something on them, and then do the smaller scraps in for each color. So just a thought. Okay, so we've got our beautiful glitter stock that is one of my favorite things that you can always expect in the inspiration box / bag. Not sure if we're sticking to box for the title yet. And then these are the different layering cardstock pieces that come with this kit. And then let's move on to the next. These are, I love this combination of sequins. What was that?
I think Christopher called it inspiration kit.
The inspiration kit? Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, these are the sequins, the baked fish sequins, and I think that this is just a really pretty combination of sequins. And we will be using that tonight. And then you've got your conversation clippings. These are really fun. There's conversation clippings and there's card panels. And the fun thing about these is that they are printed with foil and with toner, so you can use foil with them. And we are actually going to do that tonight for our card. We're going to use one of the card panels And we'll probably use these two. And we're actually going to use, oh, I didn't realize this is maybe this won't work. We'll use a different one. So these ones, the stickers are really sticky, so this won't work, but we're going to make our shaker using packaging from, I've got one I think right up here from the Stencil. So I don't keep my stencils in these. I just keep the little, these actually, I should point out too, these, if they are still the way they used to be, and I don't know this for sure, but they used to be printed with toner as well. So I'll have to ask if they still are, because they look a little different than they used to. But save, oh, this one might not work either. We'll make it work because we'll use this half. But I've been saving my little plastics. I mean, why throw them away if you have a use for them? And I've been using these for the full panel shakers. Sorry, there's something on the inside we don't want in there when we're doing our shaker. So definitely you can find a use for these, and I love that it's kind of environmentally friendly to do it that way. So we'll just use this side, or we can just, this will be on the back anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter if there's a sticker. We could actually probably use this one too, because you won't see it. Okay. And then we've got our, let's look at what some of our sentiments are. We've got what's cooking, baked with love, your nicest pie. I won't read all of them. I know Christopher, I think, did the other day. So if you want to know what all of them are, actually, I'd just say these, you just want them, just get them. But I think it's such a cute font. And this is one of my favorite ways to add a sentiment to a card. So we'll be using those tonight as well. So then the card panels, we're going to use this one that has just kind of different grains. I think they're all wheat actually. And then you've got breads. This is kind of a carb fest. Then you've got your pies. And you've got just a whole bakery full of goods on this last one. And you get 2 each of these. Like I said, we're going to use our one with the wheat on it. And then ribbon is one of my favorite things that always comes in the kit. You get your 3 different varieties, and there's these 2 cute prints, and we'll probably use that too. So this is the paper pad. Oh, let me just show you these really quick. These are the card bases, which, you know, they may be something you just tuck aside as we're talking about it, but honestly, these are one of my favorite things that I receive in my kit each month. They are just really, really convenient, and you'll love them once you start trying them out. Okay, this is the Baked Fresh 6x6 paper pad, and there are 12 patterns of paper, and there's 2 each, and they are double-sided. So you've got all of these fun autumn plaids. That just reminds me of candy corn so much. And they all kind of remind me of the Brady Bunch. I feel like they could, this like looks like it could be a couch on the Brady Bunch. Going back to the 70s, right? So I think we've seen them all now. I think I showed you all of them, but just in case, yeah, I know that was the first one. So super cute. And we will be using that as well. And then this is the stamp set, and this is the die set. So you've got your Baked Fresh dies. There's 17 pieces. And then you've got your 22-piece stamp set. And we are going to use the bread tonight. We're going to use, you can probably tell if you look, because I've inked them. So you can kind of see what ones I inked. But let's just get started. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is let's color our bread. I've already stamped them out. What was that?
They're dirty.
They are. I cleaned them, but they sometimes just stain. And that's okay. They work just the same. All right, these are the tri-blend markers that we're going to be using. We're going to use Tan Blend, Gold Brown Blend, and Earth Brown Blend. So if you have never used alcohol markers, the way that I use alcohol markers is I tend to use the lightest color first, and then the darkest color, and then I use the medium to kind of blend them together, and then I might even go over it one more time with the light. Now, tri-blend markers are awesome because they give you all 3 colors that you need. You've got your light tone, your mid tone, and your dark tone. And these are on the site, and Darren's got them linked. So let's start with the tan. Let's do this loaf. I used Raven ink, and hopefully I gave it enough time to kind of set. You can heat set it if you're not sure, and I maybe should have done that, but I didn't. I still could, I guess. Well, let's just see where we go with it. And you are going to get the quick color version. I am somebody who loves to color, but when I am live, I can get carried away if I lose myself in it. So I have to just remind myself that it's okay if it's not absolutely 100% my best coloring. I actually really love to color with pencils, but I find that alcohol markers are great for lives because they're just a little bit faster to work with. I've just got this piece of paper close by so I can kind of clean the tip if I get too close to the black ink, which I do when I'm in a hurry. So I kind of tap around it, it works a little bit better. And we still have the darker colors to use, so we can blend that out a little bit more. All right. Excuse me.
Shannon?
Yeah?
Are they open on Saturdays, BrutusMonroe?
You know, I am not sure if the retail side is. I think that their hours can change from time to time. I would definitely call ahead just to be safe. I think if you call ahead, then sometimes, I mean, Christopher's so cool. If he's there, sometimes he's, I think he's out of town right now. I'm not positive, but
Google says they're closed on the weekend.
I would still call ahead because if he's there, sometimes he'll make arrangements, but that would be up to him. I don't know what I don't even know if he's back in town yet. So, okay, so now I'm using the darkest color. I also know they had a security problem either last week or the week before. And so they were only accepting customers through appointment, but that may have been resolved by now. So again, like I said, I would definitely call ahead just to be sure that you don't make a wasted trip, you know? Nothing worse than if you're expecting to go in and there's no one there but you. So I'm just going around the edges, kind of where I think there would be some shadow. And I'm no expert on that. All right, so now we can go to our mid-tone.
Cherie says hello from South Florida.
Hi, Cherie. Welcome. Cherie, how are you doing? Have you managed to, hopefully you're not in the heart of where all the hurricane was going on. And then we'll take that lighter tone again. And remember, with alcohol markers, you're really pushing the pigment around. So if you go over what you've done already in the dark, you can kind of just blend that out. Does that make sense? So I'm pulling color from where I colored with the darker color and moving it into the center where I have less color. And that just kind of smooths it out a little bit more. And I think I want to leave just a little bit darker. I did get a little close to the black ink, and I did smear it just a little bit. So I think we can camouflage it a little bit if we just go in and give it a little bit more of a defined shadow. So we'll use that mid-tone again.
Said she's fine further down.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that you are safe and that you are out of harm's way. All right, I think that will do it for that loaf of, let's try, this is kind of an experiment, so bear with me. If it looks really scary, we'll just know that I probably baked that bread. So this one is the gold brown blend. Trying to avoid smearing it a little bit. If you go in a circular motion, you tend to get less of a streaky look. All right, let's go on to our dark. I got kind of careless there and got a little messy. And our mid-tone.
Pick 5 is a monthly thing.
The pick 5 is a monthly thing.
Yeah, I talked with Christopher, so.
Okay.
They just haven't announced it yet.
Oh, you're just on top of things. That's all. They just haven't announced the pick 5 yet. Look at you. You beat everybody to the punch. I can guarantee that Christopher will go into great detail to make sure everybody understands what it is and how it works. Sounds to me like they're just trying to consolidate for people who is subscribed to more than one club. Sounds pretty much like what that is. This is the mid-tone again. Kind of want to bring it up a little bit. We don't want our bread to look too raw. Probably should have left those little creases lighter, because I think usually when you cut into bread it's light right there, but I didn't, so that's that. All right, I think that bread is done. Oh no, we didn't even do the roll. Hang on. Let's get the little crusty piece of roll from this loaf of bread. This is all one stamp with these two together. So we definitely want to make sure they look like they came from the same loaf. Hi, Donna. How are you?
Kelly.
Kelly? Wow, I really didn't hear you that time. Well, hi, Kelly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Darren has, his voice is a little bit raspy because he's had this cold, and it's just, he's better from his cold, but his voice has just not come back. All right. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. We should get you a mic, Darren. Yeah, you can be all official that way. Okay, so this one, our last one is Earth Brown Blend. And we will just kind of quickly go through this. These are Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers, Sheree. And Darren has posted, he's posting a link, and they should be in there. Darren just did it again, so if you click on that link, you'll be able to see what ones I used. Okay, so now I'm going to use the dark for some of our shadowy spots. This time I'll leave the insides of these little things lighter. Just trying to kind of go around the perimeter a little bit. And then let's go to our mid-tone. I love dark bread. Like the bread you get at like Cheesecake Factory. Is it rye? I'm not sure what kind of bread it is. It's like either a dark rye or something like that. There's a place in Utah that is, I have to go there every time I visit. It's called Village Baker. Oh my goodness. If you ever visit Utah, you got to try it out. Their bread is to die for. Their best sandwich that I have a hard time ordering anything else, to be fair, just because that sandwich is so good. It's a cranberry turkey sandwich, and it's on this just delicious brown bread. It's got cream cheese. It's not calorie friendly, I'll tell you that. It's got cream cheese, it's got turkey, it's got cranberries. Oh my goodness, it's so good.
We actually buy it to go on road trips.
Yeah, we used to buy it for road trips because 2 people can share a sandwich very easily. So good. All right, our bread is done. So now the fun part, I'm just gonna pull out my cute little die cut machine. And just grab the plates for it real quick. Oh, I've got 2 B plates. There we go, there's the other one. Okay, so the nice thing about this, I usually do my die cutting not on the camera because it's just big and bulky, and this way I can do it right here. So we're just going to pull out our dies. We've got dies for all 3 of these. The only thing I think this one doesn't have is dies for the sentiments. All right, I've got them in my little pocket really snugly, so bear with me for a second. There we go. Okay, so now we are going to use this loaf, and this loaf, and this loaf. And one thing I love about our dies is that they just really fit snugly with the images. Okay, so let's just put that on our, well, we can do them all at the same time. This one I might have cut too close. We'll see. Hopefully not. But we'll fake it if we need to, right? I think that's about right. Okay. And this is gonna bug me, so I gotta do one quick thing. No, I don't know where it is right this minute. I rearranged it. I'm not sure where I put my blender markers. So you can, if you are doing if you're just starting with the alcohol markers and you don't already know this, I'm just gonna tell you, you can push the color kind of back into the image using the blender markers. Let's take that a little smaller. There we go. All right, I think we can fit all three of those. Oh. Done. Here's our last little loaf. All right, so now let's get to foiling. So I cut down my panel. You can see they're A2 sized, but I cut mine down. And we are going to use copper ripple foil. So we just need to cut that down so it's about the same size as our little panel is. All right. So now I'll save that. I can use that later. I can use it for some of my conversation clippings. I can use it for whatever. Okay, so now we've got that kind of lined up. And I'm just gonna stick it in our little, I don't know what you call this, carrier sheet, I think. And I will bring my laminator into view. All right, so we put our foil face up on top of the design, just so you can see. And while that's going through the machine, I'm just going to hurry and put my dies back so I don't lose them. Oh, it's just about done. How many watching have never foiled?
Me.
Darren has never foiled, that is true. Okay, so I think I've got some pockets in there of where it didn't foil. Let's try that again. I'm kind of new to this, so bear with me. Let's put it through another time. See if maybe it takes out some of the bubbles.
Kelly said she foiled.
Kelly has foiled. We did a collaboration with ThermoWeb a couple months ago, and that got me hooked. But it still intimidates me just a little bit, but there's really nothing to be too intimidated about. My goodness, I can't articulate tonight. Let's see how we did. I say that now. Let's see how we did. Okay, let's see if we got more of it on there. Let's actually peel it off, and you want to peel it off slowly. Okay, it was just puckering in between. I think we got the whole thing. Pretty close anyway. So can you see our beautiful...
Robin loves the foil.
Foil is fun, isn't it, Robin? All right. So now you can see we've got our foily pattern, which is going to make a really pretty backdrop. What was that?
Kelly said she loved the collaboration.
I did too, Kelly. It was fun, huh? And the other fun thing is you can take this piece now, and you can use this piece to foil, and it will foil that pattern. You'll have all the foil, but then it'll do a negative. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm kind of thinking, let me look at it for a minute. I kind of have to look before I leap sometimes. I was just trying to decide if it needed a little bit of warmth on that, like some ink, but I don't think it does. What was that?
Well, Kelly and Robin said pretty.
Aw, thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put this. I'm trying to decide if I want to mat it and then put the shaker together, or if I want to just put the white piece and then let's make the whole thing the shaker. Okay, let me grab my Easy Tear tape. Actually, you know what? By the time I find the end of that, I could have it glued. Let's just glue this one. We'll use the tissue tape too, but for this, we'll just do this. All right. Let's try to center that on our mat. And now I'm just going to take that packaging I was telling you about earlier. Let's see if this one will work. Let's see if we can get it to work where you don't see any of the... If we use it all the way down to the edge, and yeah, we can use that because you won't even see it. So I'm just going to cut that down. Well, I guess I can just close it up too. And I just kind of guessed how to do this. So if somebody knows a better way, that I'm doing something that's crazy, you can let me know. It won't hurt my feelings. All right, so I'm gonna put some tape there. We can go ahead and add our sequins. And I'm just going to cut this piece off and leave the seal for a minute so I don't end up with them all over my table. And then let's just do a little corner for now. All right. Let's kind of shake these up a little bit. I feel like the colors are all kind of grouped together. There we go. I think we'll get a better variety that way. I always have a hard time not overfilling my shaker cards. I think that's probably plenty. You guys think that's about right? If you get them too full, you don't really see what's going on. So I think we'll keep it kind of light. For me, that's light. And let's put a little bit more of this on. All right, and then we're also going to need some, we'll put some on the inside of this in just a second, but we'll go around the edges first. Okay, so let's do this side first. All right, so we've got that side done. And I kind of want to make sure that I've got, let's actually put that other piece in there now. Maybe not. Let's try this first. Now we're just going to stick this on here so that we can close up our shaker. And then if you have bulky corners, you can even cut those down. I think we need to cut ours down a little bit. Oh, I kind of bent a corner right here. Hang on. All right, we got it. Okay, so let's see if we can kind of scooch that down a little bit. And then let's see if we can get that to lay down. We need our tape a little higher. Thankfully, no one sees the back of your card, right? All right, let's see if we can kind of tuck that in a little bit more so we get a little bit closer to the card on that. And like I said, if the corners are bulky, just kind of trim the corners off. Just make sure that you've got it tacked down enough that you're not going to lose any of your sequins. All right, so there is a really simple shaker element to our card all ready for us. Now we can just add this to our card. Let's actually add the base. Do we want to use some ribbon? Now's the time to decide. I think we should use some of our brown. I have that ribbon and I have this that I sometimes cut into. I kind of like this better for this card. Just because all of the breads are so brown. I'm just going to cut this a little more narrow. I think BrutusMonroe still has this burlap ribbon. Isn't it fun? It's just, I love fall colors and I love all the warmth and I love baking in the fall. It's just all the cozy stuff going on. So I probably didn't need to cut this all the way across because I don't need that long of a ribbon, but hey, I did, so we'll go with it. Donna, I like it too. It's fun. It's nice and warm and just, and if you're a child of the 70s, it's nostalgic. Okay, so let's just maybe add this here.
You know she loves fall.
Yes, I do know you love fall.
My favorite season too.
I love something about all of the seasons, I can honestly say, but I don't miss driving in the snow. I gotta be honest. That's just because I'm a wuss. Grew up in Utah where, you know, people drive in the snow every day, but I do not miss it. Got spoiled when we lived in Arizona, and now, honestly, it doesn't get too snowy here either, so that's good with me. I'm going to trim this corner a little bit more. Just up at the very top. Just don't want any of it showing on the other side.
Robin said they're having chili for dinner tomorrow.
Oh, you know what? We were planning to have oven stew. I think we're going to have it next week instead, but oven stew, my recipe for that came from my mom, and it's the one thing that I knew everyone in the family would eat. Everyone loves it. Is that how your chili is? Is it the family favorite? All right. I'm thankful I was able to pull that up a little bit so I could straighten it out. It always seems to take me 2 tries to get it straight. All right, let's get this on our card.
Say, yes, your husband makes the best chili.
Yum.
I like to get chili.
I have never tried to make chili. Maybe I should try this winter. I'm just now getting to where so a sweet lady that I know in Arizona, she helped me to make bread last year. It was during like lockdown basically. When we were all kind of staying close to home and, you know. But she got me brave enough to try to make homemade bread, and she gave me a really simple recipe. And I really have just been missing my mom. And, you know, no one makes bread like your mom does. It's just your mom's recipe is your mom's recipe, and that's just the way it is. And so I found my mom's bread recipe, and I tried it out, and it was really good. So I think I'm going to try making it again. All right, let's put this little guy. Do we want that guy on a... Let's see.
Kelly said she needs to hear your mom's recipe for stew.
You need my mom's recipe for stew?
Yeah.
Well, it has stewing beef in it. It has carrots. It has potatoes. It has onion soup mix and Worcestershire sauce. And I usually put some garlic cloves in there. Tomato sauce. And cream of chicken and cream of celery soup. Pretty much any of the cream soups work. And am I forgetting anything, Darren?
Did you say the onion soup mix?
The what?
Onion soup mix?
Yep, onion soup mix. I already said that.
With all your carrots?
And the carrots, yep.
That sounds all of it.
I think that's all. I mean, it's not a super complicated recipe. It's just a good recipe. All right, I'm just trying to figure out how the bread looks best. Let's move this over a little and see if this looks...
Mr. Michelle said just made potato soup mix.
Ooh, yum.
Bought a fundraiser. It's 2 bags of instant mashed potatoes. So just eat mashed potatoes now.
So wait, so it's instant potatoes and it makes
With some spices.
with some spices and it makes the soup? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I guess you said you bought it at a fundraiser.
That sounds good. I love potato soup.
Kelly said she loves collecting recipes. Sounds great.
Kelly, I'll send that to you. I think I have it. I know I have it on my phone. I'll send it to you. It's a good one. It's better the next day, though. I will say that. I'm kind of not liking those two. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? I feel like I'm trying to put too many breads on there. Maybe I'd like it better going. No, it's got to go this way. Let me see. We need something to break it up a little. Maybe we just need to put them up on their foam, and then maybe I'll be able to like them better. Maybe I should have done that long skinny one just to give us a little bit more variety, but I didn't, so it is what it is. Let's see what we think of this. I don't want to lose all the ribbon.
Marjo Wag says hello.
What's the first name?
Marjo Wag. I'm not sure I'm saying it right.
Marge?
M-A-R-J-O-W-A-G.
M-A-R-J-O.
W-A-G.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to say it.
I am sure I will massacre your name, but can I help me with the pronunciation so I don't? Aw, thanks. I think it just needs a little bow or something, and then it'll be, just needs a focal point and it needs a sentiment. So let's pick a sentiment.
It's Maria J. Wagon.
Oh, Maria. We'll call you Maria. That's a lot easier.
Now I know what to watch for.
Yes, we will watch for that. All right, you guys. What kind of a card should this be? Should it just be a whatever card, or maybe this would be a good card to bring with like soup and rolls to somebody who's sick, maybe? Or there's baked with love. Let's see what else. The secret ingredient is love. There's the thank you very much. Good things come to those who bake. Let's see. There's a lot of pie sentiments on here, which is great for all of the cute pie stamps in the set. There's no one breader than you. That's funny. You're the butter to my bread. Then there's just like, I loaf you. That's cute. And hello. Let's go with, do we want black or white? I think black's going to show up better. Let's do black.
Maria says sick or thanks.
Do thanks?
Maria says sick or thanks.
Sick or thanks. Okay. I don't know if this one has a sick one.
Robin says I like baked with love.
Baked with love?
You got 3 choices there.
All right, let's check it out. Baked with love is at the top. So that one's easy. Let's do that one. And I will share with you, you know, if you've watched me before, you probably have already seen this, but I'll share with you just in case you have not, that I save my little gum containers for my conversation clippings. One of these days I'll get around to labeling them, but it works out well. You know, it gives me a month to use up the gum, and then I have something for my monthly inspiration kit for the conversation clippings. All right.
Robin says it's a great idea.
Oh, thanks, Robin. All right, I don't know if we need a bow, but I'm gonna try it just because I feel like it just needs a little like finishing touch. Let's try it out. Hopefully, you know what? Let's try just threading it through so we don't have to scrunch it up. Actually, let's try using a threader. This is just a flosser for braces. You can get them just in the hygiene section at your grocery store. They are very useful if you have a hard time threading needles or buttons or whatever. Let's see if I can get it to go through. I can get it in, I just have to get it to go through the other side. Well, we'll just do it like that. Let's see how that works. And now I don't have my, bear with me for a second, guys. For a finishing touch, it's definitely kind of a pain, right? All right, so let's put this back in before we pull. Oh, that did not work because it just unthreaded the, it was, both of them were up at the top, so it's just gonna take the weave off. So let's just make this more simple. Let's just tie a double bow. Then we'll at least know if we even want it on there. Yep, that's exactly what I want. So we can either, you know me, I love my little clothespins. Or, ooh, I almost knocked the entire drawer out.
Michelle said in her soup, threw it in mashed potatoes because she used two bags and she was only supposed to use one.
Oh, Michelle, that sounds like something I would do. I'm glad I'm not the only one. All right, let me try that again. These little things are so fragile. I should just get out like 4 so that I can find one that doesn't break. And let's try it. We're just going to connect it. See, like I said, they aren't the most amazingly strong things. Oh! Let's try doing it a different way. Let's just go through the ribbon instead of trying to do the whole layer, because I think that the ribbon is, or I mean the whole panel is just too much. Okay, let's trim down our ribbon just a little bit. And now we can just, I think, call that good, don't you? I don't think it needs any, you know I love my enamel dots, but with all of these cute little guys, I don't think it needs any. So this, I think, we'll call done. And it was pretty simple, I think. Let me go ahead and flip my camera back. All right. I might have just given you a view of my pile that I've got to go through. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you had fun. I hope that you maybe were inspired to try something new and maybe to work on your own projects this weekend. And hopefully you'll have some time for yourself to do some crafty things this weekend. Thank you so much, Robin. Thank you. I had a lot of fun. All right, oh, thank you, Kelly. I have something planned fun for next week, so join me again for some crafty shenanigans next week, and I will see you then. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.